Let's go ahead and start drawing lines in our project. Let's say, for example, I want to separate this room right here with a wall and this room right here as well. Well, logically it's so not right because I can't separate this room, and it's just not right, but it's just an example to see how this thing works. So when I put my cursor in the middle or in the center of the room and scroll my wheel, it will zoom in perfectly to that area that I wanted. Before I draw anything, I should make sure what my layer is and what type of layer should I use. So when I put my cursor on, this is a wall obviously. When I put my cursor right here, it shows the layer name and the color as obvious. It's yellow, I see it, and the name of that layer is wall. So before I draw any line, I should go to my layers and choose wall, just exactly the same as this one. Click wall. That's it. I have my correct layer selected. Now I have a command I can work with that layer, but when I Control Z a couple of times, it will undo the things I did. Before I draw anything, I should make sure what width of this wall is. So I'll just zoom in a little bit. This is nice. With my utilities, I get the measure tool for distance, and I should make sure that my snapping tool is active for endpoints and center and middle. All that is discussed before, but just a reminder, it will be easier for me to snap on the corners of this wall, let's say. So as I click here and click over there as well, it shows that the width of this wall is 138.5. So I should keep that in mind when I want to separate this room by a wall. I shouldn't play with that randomly. I should make sure what the width of the walls are for the entire project that I have, and then go for it. So it's 138.5. I'll exit this and I'll zoom out a little bit, and I get my pen tool just to move it, and it's easier for me to see. Now let's go ahead and try to play with the line command. When I click on line command, it asks me to specify first point. But as an idea and something to practice with, I will try to put that wall between these two windows. So as I move in and zoom to that, when I hold my shift key, you see that small circle appeared next to my cursor, and I'll right click on my mouse. I get this whole menu, or let's call it a menu, yeah. So I'll choose the mid between 2 points. It asks me to specify first point of mid. So let's go ahead and choose that first end point and the second point. You see right here, it specified the middle between these 2 points that I gave. Now, as I go ahead, it allows me to go with multiple angles, and I want it to be 90 degrees. So I'll just go ahead, and I have my snapping tool turned on, and when I get the 90 degree, I'll just click. I have a very solid line, which is good. So I'll hit enter to finish my line. So just a little reminder, you should have this snapping tool activated. It will make your work much easier to get the endpoint, midpoint, and so on. The weird thing about this bar right here, you should click on it again to remove that menu. It's a bit weird, but true. The other thing I would recommend that you activate is the polar tracking. it's better and more useful to have it on 45 degree, but if you're comfortable with the 90 degree, that's okay. Let's go ahead and try to do that one more time on the next or the other room. Again, I'll choose my line command and make sure I have the right layer selected, and holding my shift key on my keyboard, when that circle appears, I right click on my mouse, mid between 2 points. I specify the 2 points. There it is, the middle between these two windows, and I zoom out, and now it's so much easier when I have my polar tracking on 45 activated and my snapping tool is activated as well. I go ahead and that's it, it's 90 degree. I'm happy with the result, and click, press enter to finish the command, and that's it. I have 2 partition walls, and we chose the right layer, and we did a good practice for now.